Hello everyone, welcome back to another aka Dead by Daylight video. Today we are going to be talking about flashlights. They are a popular tool in the game, but not everyone who's new to the game understands their potential at first, and I think we understand that, and we want to help you guys with a little tutorial on how to use flashlights. So flashlights are one of the most skill-based items for survivors in Dead by Daylight, giving you the ability to save fellow survivors before they're hooked through good timing and positioning. So as a survivor wanting to improve, you need to learn the timings. In this video we're going to explain flashlight saves, add-ons and how they all affect the flashlight, and when to use the flashlight in a chase. Flashlight saves are by no means an easy skill. To be able to perform them, you must have really learnt them first. This is easiest by going in to kill your friends to understand the timings. However, if you just want to see how it's performed, we can show you. But bear in mind that these are done with no add-ons on the purple flashlight, which takes 0.01 seconds less than green and yellow flashlights. Firstly, when your fellow survivors are being picked up, it takes 2.02 seconds before the optimal time to start shining your flashlight. But that's a bit precise, so let's just say 2 seconds. In case you didn't count the 2 seconds, you can tell when to start using your flashlight, as the killer will be entering this animation. Just before the yeet is the optimal time to start shining your flashlight. You must aim at the killer's face, but it's worth saying that you can blind the killer side on. It does take longer, and we won't be showing it in this video. To blind the killer, it takes 1.05 seconds, or roughly 1 second. When the killer is blinded, they drop survivors that they're carrying. They won't be able to lunge attack, and of course they will be unable to see anything. The time that they're blinded for is 3.15 seconds. With that, we move on to when in a chase, it's important to give yourself the largest possible gap between you and the killer. One of the ways to give you space whilst in a chase is using a flashlight to blind killers while they are breaking pallets. While blind, most killers will swing forwards in the hope of hitting a survivor. However, others use sound cues from survivors such as footsteps, grass moving, and injured survivors while blind. This is why it's better for you as a survivor to only use your flashlight in this situation when not injured, as good killers will simply hear where you're going. It's worth mentioning that killers can also utilize perks such as Brutal Strength and Lightborn to counter this. If a killer is running Brutal Strength, then you need to predict when the killer is going to break the pallet, as the breaking action is much quicker than usual. If you find that a killer is running Lightborn, do not use a flashlight in this circumstance. In conclusion, flashlights should be used to save other survivors, really. However, if you do find yourself in a bad situation, blinding the killer isn't always a bad idea. The table here shows all the add-ons for the flashlight and their effectiveness in each category in which we are looking at. The two types of add-on left out of this table are grips and batteries. These affect two specific areas with the flashlight, these being accuracy and the lifespan of the flashlight. Grips are aimed at more skilled survivors as they decrease the tolerance for a blind, so a tighter beam, so you have to be more precise with your placement. However, batteries just extend the lifespan of the flashlight, and they don't affect the flashlight's ability when blinding the killer. Now, what do these columns actually mean? Well, blindness duration is the time taken for the blindness effect on a killer to wear off. Radius of the beam is the tolerance for new players, so a larger radius will take longer to blind the killer, but will give players a large target area to blind the killer with, whereas a tighter radius decreases the time taken to blind the killer, but will decrease the area where the killer can be blinded from. Then intensity stats show how quickly the killer will be blinded. If the add-on increases the intensity of the flashlight, it'll take a shorter amount of time to blind the killer. And finally we have flashlight consumption, which shows how they affect the battery consumption of the flashlight. So from this table we can see that the best add-on to decrease the time taken to blind the killers is odd bulb, and wide lens is the worst for this. When adding add-ons to a flashlight, the basic construction should be a battery and something that will decrease the time taken to blind the killer, such as intense halogen, high-end sapphire lens, or odd bulb. Each of these will change the timing for the flashlight save, and therefore they'll take practice to master, but once you get used to all these different settings, you're really on track to do some good saves. So honestly, that's really all there is to say about the basics of how the flashlight works. It does take some time to practice and get used to, and really the best way for you to do it is just to go and practice it yourself. But as you can see, there are plenty of add-ons to mess around with, plenty of styles for the flashlight with the add-ons. And it really just depends on how you want to go about it and what suits you. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you now have a better understanding of the flashlight as a tool. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And we will see you in the next one. Peace out.